Well, maybe we can actually suck all the entertainment out of this equation by going back to our job and answering one final question.
Okay. If a Viking is walking home from a fish market, carrying a swordfish, and is suddenly killed by an enemy, would he go to Valhalla? He's dying with a swordfish in his hand. So if the Viking dies with a sword in his hand, he goes to Valhalla, right?
Well, if he dies in battle, if he is in battle slain, then he gets to go to the Hall of Heroes and drink mead with the hairy, boisterous warriors, to go out and fight through the day and to roister and drink through the night, to be miraculously cured of your multitude of seeping wounds, and to drink yourself silly while you hoarsely bellow out songs of reaving and tales of the stormy sea. Yes, that's heaven to some people, not to all. But if you're Viking, it helps. So I have to say, if you have a swordfish in your hand, you're not going to be placed at the good table with all the big, hairy, hollering heroes. You'll be placed at the jester's table, at the very end of the hall. It's near the door, and it's not good seating. You really need to have an actual sword of honest steel in your hand and be engaged in shedding the blood of your enemy, not in the expectation of a large, tasty fish dinner. Yep, it's a matter of timing and location, really. Luck enters into it as much as anything else. This Viking could have been the greatest warrior on the battlefield, but he got caught at the wrong time. And only the slight matter of a swordfish's weapon being called a sword is all that's gotten him through the door of Valhalla in the first place. Yes, he can enter into Valhalla. He can cross the rainbow bridge under which the Rhine maidens sport in the mancipiary possession of their gold. But he's not going to have a seat at the A table. I'm afraid I can't give him that much. I have spoken.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this question is years in the making. It's at least 7 inside jokes all at once. So most of you aren't going to get this if you haven't been with us for year after year after season of our work in the game show field. Or
in the field, yes.
Field. This is
field work.
Our body of work here. Okay, you ready?
Here we go.
If a shark with a laser on its head is giving a Viking a rim job, while the Viking is slicing a wedding cake with a plastic knife, does Valhalla have an abortion? It's 7 inside jokes that no one's gonna get. You weren't even here for the. It's even more amazing because the inside jokes are regurgitated. He wasn't even here to hear the beginnings of them. Why is that funny?
The abortion might be the failure of the board to rule. You know, it's not necessarily me, Dr. Hal Oct, who gets to make these rulings. I do here at the show, but in the Viking universe, it's 3 old bags known as the Norns. They're the ones who make this judgment. Now, they would probably be disgusted by a Viking allowing his posterior to be probed by a shark with a laser on his head. This countermands the manly code of Viking readiness. And so, you see, there's going to be some trouble right here with the authenticating committee. It would be an abortion as far as the judicial system of the gods is concerned. Because something would be out of balance, out of joint, out of control. And if you're a god, you are in control. That's how you tell a god from a mere mortal. But unlike earthly abortions, this one could be retroactive and even reversible. Thank heavens for the supernatural.
If I were a small black hole, and I fell into a larger black hole, what physically would happen to me? It's kind of a good question, don't you agree?
Well, you would simply be absorbed in the intense gravity well of the large black hole. You might add to it.
Well, as I said before.
All right.
And yes,
forever.
No, it's not. We have to keep moving into the future, though.
Say, I have a question. You know, it's unusual for me
You
to
get a
ask
pencil
questions, but I
fucking fill out a form.
no.
In fucking line.
No.
I'm running it, but I think sorry.
Yeah, this isn't a question.
Side
It's a
note?
side note because it's not in an envelope, but it doesn't have any money.
Side note. Yeah.
So it's
Side note.
It's a side note.
Side
Okay.
note. Yes, it's a side note.
But it has a question mark on the end of it, so it's not a side note. A side note is a statement when you're arguing with Hal. Why is the stupid light still on? The stupid light is still on, okay? For your question.
Chicken considers all questions stupid.
That's why it was.
All right, that's all I want to say.
What's going to happen is the smoke pot guy is going to laugh. That's what's going to happen. See?
Amazing, isn't it? Boy, the ability to predict the future.
You can't have the last question now.
Why?
Because someone asked if we can have a 2-minute dance party. And I'll ask this question, but someone asked this, and that's what has to happen.
Because DJ K-Rob has to get the 2-minute dance party online.
Well, he doesn't have to. I mean, you could say no. You can say,
I could.
It's a question. It's a question right here.
It's up to you,
All right.
They put $1, you know.
There was $1.
Yeah, they paid for the question.
Well, the answer is, wait a minute, it says a K-Rob question. Didn't you see that it said that, Chicken?
No,
This isn't my department.
I missed that.
It says a K-Rob question. So,
I'm your booty man. That's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can. Be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight. It's never too soon. So wanna please you, so wanna please you, so wanna do it all for you. I wanna be your loving ball. I wanna be the one you love. I'm looking at, turn me on. I'm looking at, do what you want. I'm looking at, turn me on. I'm looking at, do what you want.
well, there you have it. Thanks to K-Rob, the 2-minute dance party returns to the Dr Hal Show at Shea Lane Gallery Cabaret.
And they weren't just here to laugh at the smoke pot guy. What is missing from my life? And why?
Well, you know,
It's missing Hal.
you didn't write your name down on this slip. I don't know you. I have no idea who you are. I don't know your dreams and aspirations. I don't know your story. I don't know the circumstances of your birth and what for you constitutes joy or sorrow. But I do know one thing, and that is as certain as that day follows night, and that the Lord made little green apples, and it snows in Indianapolis when the winter comes. And that is that you're here, and you chose to ask of me a simple question that requires an answer. So I know that what is missing from your life until this moment is my answer, which, since now you have it, completes all that you will ever need. Thank you. We'll be here next week. Our pre-Halloween show. Don't miss it.
Dr. Hal, have you prepared anything to send us off with at the end of our night?
Yes, once again, the poet Shelley will do for our final recitation the poem known as Ozymandias. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tells that the sculptor well those passions read which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear: "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair." Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away.